Hey guys, Brian with Carious, and in today's video I'll be doing a short comparison of the Samsung Galaxy Tab 10.1's Android Honeycomb browser against the HP TouchPad's WebOS browser. So just for starters here, on the left we have the Galaxy Tab 10.1. It has a 10.1-inch display, 16:10 aspect ratio, running a 1280 by 800 resolution, and on the right here we have the HP TouchPad with a 9.7-inch display with a 1024 by 768 resolution with a 4:3 aspect ratio, identical to the iPad 2. The displays themselves, I have them at max brightness for each of them, and as you can see, the Galaxy Tab is actually quite a bit brighter, and the TouchPad has a kind of yellow tinge. It's a much warmer tone versus the Galaxy Tab, which is almost a little nicer on the eyes in this dark room at full brightness, but I would still prefer the display of the Galaxy Tab 10.1. The contrast ratios are just amazing. So other than that though, let's begin by clearing the caches for both browsers here, and then we'll run some quick tests here. Clear the cache here, and then let's reload these pages and then just go over some basics of the browsers. Here's an initial speed test. I guess it wasn't very simultaneous, but they're both running on the same. They're connected to the same Wi-Fi network right now, so you can get a gist of how fast each browser runs. And the Galaxy Tab is just about done, finishing up on the last 10% here. The HP TouchPad's caught up nicely. Alright, the tab is done. TouchPad is still working on it. Alrighty, so now they're both done. Let's first take a look at their scrolling here. As you can see, they're both pretty darn good. Not nearly as clean as the iPad, I guess, but definitely the frame rates are pretty nice. The TouchPad looks a tad choppier. I'm not sure if you can tell in the video, but as I drag my fingers up and down quickly. The Galaxy Tab is also a little bit more elastic, as you can see too. But definitely both are good. As for pinch to zoom, the HP TouchPad is a little, there's a little bit of a jitters actually as it tracks your fingers, and you'll see there's a lot of a checkerboarding that appears while you're doing it. And I found the zooming to be a tad sensitive as well, for my liking, whereas on the Galaxy Tab, it's more smoother. The frame rate is better. It's just a little bit more aesthetic too. And when you're zoomed in and looking around, it actually reduces the sensitivity, so it's actually easier to get to where you want to without overshooting, which I preferred. Let's see. And then if we do some text wrap tests, both of them very quick. Although the Galaxy Tab 10.1 does take 2 maneuvers to actually get it to fit. If we do that again, I'll let you see that. So as you can see again, the Tab 10.1 did not properly fit that. It got the sizing right, but didn't get the alignment right. So I guess the TouchPad wins on that one. But let's move on to some speed tests here. We'll open 2 new windows of the same thing. Let's see. Excuse me. Well, it looks like the Tab 10.1 got up to a healthy lead and finished loading already. So, definitely won that race. Both have flash enabled right now. But at this point, that could have been a caching issue. So let's go to a different website right now. Let's go to ESPN. Then I'll go to there from here. ESPN.com. Alright, and we'll go now. So this time it looks like the TouchPad is much faster. Both have yet to display. Ooh, looks like we loaded the mobile version here on the Galaxy Tab. Let's try that with a different website actually. Let's go to Engadget. gadget.com and gadget.com and go. Alright, so now they're both off. When the tab 10.1 loads images first, and it gets a majority of the site there faster. Has a pretty decent lead right now. We'll see if the touchpad can pull a victory though. It's not looking good so far. Alright, and the Galaxy Tab 10.1 is done, and it loads completely, nice and smooth, full web experience. No checkerboarding at all actually, even when scrolling at full speed. And touchpad is still working on it. It looks like, oh, maybe flash is not enabled, as we can see on the right of our sidebar right now. So even with flash disabled, it still was not able to catch up to the Galaxy Tab 10.1. Let me just make sure that's true here. Flash is off, as a matter of fact. My apologies. But I guess that proves even more of a point. Load the Galaxy Tab 10.1 with the honeycomb browser was actually able to load considerably faster, even with flash enabled. So, I mean, if that proves anything. But overall, I mean, the touchpad browser is quite nice. Not nearly as nice or fast, I suppose, as the Galaxy Tab 10.1 browser. And in most reviews, reviewers have been saying the Tab 10.1 browser, or the honeycomb browser, is not nearly as good as the iPad 2 browser. So, I mean, if we had a three-way contest here, touchpad, unfortunately, would be left in the dust. But for $100, I mean, definitely a good browsing tool. I hope you guys like that touchpad and Galaxy Tab 10.1 browser comparison. If you guys want to look for more stuff, go over to our website at www.curious.net. We have a lot of tips, how-tos, and reviews, and see you later.